Django, are you doing the video today? I recently built every single Super Smash Bros. Character out of Lego, and believe me, it wasn't easy. And while I'm super proud of the designs I came up with for all those characters, there's always room for improvement. So today I'm going to be taking a handful of characters that I felt could be upgraded just that little bit more to make them even better. The first character we're going to upgrade is my Fox minifigure. Originally I gave him these standard olive green minifigure legs, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead I gave him some mid-length olive green legs and then added some 1x1 plates to the bottom. By adding these light gray plates to the bottom of his legs, it represents the flight boots that he wears. But this isn't the only upgrade Fox is going to be getting. Since originally designing this minifigure, I felt like one of the most important parts of Fox's character in Smash Bros. Was missing. That being his reflector ability, or as it's more commonly known as, Shine. I even went to my community tab to see what you guys thought on how to build Shine in LEGO form. One of the best suggestions I sought out to try was using some pieces from the LEGO Horizon Adventures set that came out recently. And while this is a pretty good hexagonal shape to represent Shine, I didn't love how it looked. I didn't love all the hollow spaces in between the triangular plates on the snowflake piece there, so I went back to the drawing board and did some more research. And through my research on Bricklink, I found this translucent blue canopy piece, often used as different windows, doors, and windscreens in a lot of LEGO space sets back in the day. So I ended up getting 2 of them, and I think you can see where this is headed. By adding some translucent blue tiles to the top and some translucent blue plates to the bottom, I was able to connect both of those pieces into one. And even though the previous build is more accurate with that hexagon shape just like in the game, I do prefer how this one looks overall. Next I put Fox inside of that reflector build and put it on top of a minifigure display stand. And finally I combined a Ninjago arrow blade and this translucent blue 1x1 tile, so that I can represent the actual reflector device that he uses in the game. And now that we've given this Fox minifigure his Shine ability, I think it's much more detailed than the original version I came up with. Next, my Ken and Ryu minifigures are only going to need a couple pieces to upgrade them, but it'll make a world of difference. I'm going to utilize a technique that I used in my Kazuya minifigure. By using some 1x1 plates that match the minifigure's torso and head in color to the bottom of their legs, it'll look like they're bare feet. I didn't have any 1x1 light nougat plates available when I previously filmed these minifigures because it turns out they're actually a little bit rare. But I was able to track a few down to upgrade these minifigures to be that much more accurate. This next upgrade is a little bit pointless because you can't actually see it. But the people in the comments requested it, so here it is. Originally for my Piranha Plant figure, I had used these short, dark orange minifigure legs along with a 1x2 brown plate, and then put them inside this dark orange minifigure pot piece to connect the rest of the plant. But apparently there was public outcry because Piranha Plant's legs are actually green. And then I'm just sitting over here thinking, you can't see the legs. But here on the Red Suit Studs YouTube channel, we're all about accuracy and pleasing the people. So now instead of putting these dark orange legs with a 1x2 brown plate on them, I'm going to use these bright green legs with a 1x2 green plate on them. Then we can slide them in our minifigure pot piece where nobody will see them, and then cover it up with the rest of our Piranha Plant here. You happy now? For our next 2 upgrades, we're going to need our trusty electric eraser to remove some prints. Originally it was a minifigure soccer jersey with the number 11 on the front. And since the villager wears a t-shirt with the number 1 on it, I figured it was the perfect minifigure torso to use as long as I erased the other number. You can still see some of the lines from the jersey on the back of the torso, but overall it looks much better now that that's erased. Now we're going to do the same thing for my Sheik minifigure. The torso I used for this Sheik minifigure originally has some elements of a woman's suit pattern, so we're going to go ahead and erase those. Since Sheik actually does wear a scarf in the Smash Bros. Games, I figured it was a nice detail to keep. And now that the back of the torso is all cleaned up, it makes the Sheik minifigure look that much better. Next I'm going to upgrade my Simon and Richter Belmont minifigures. The main thing I wanted to upgrade with my Simon minifigure here was changing the piece that I used on the end of his whip. I had originally mentioned in my last LEGO Smash Bros. Video that I wanted to swap out that piece for an actual LEGO mace piece found in some of the collectible minifigures. My only hang-up at the time is that it was a little bit too expensive for my taste. But I did find another use for that mace piece with my most recent Doomslayer minifigure that I made. So I was able to justify buying that piece since I could use it for multiple purposes. So it was definitely worth the cost. And as for Richter, instead of buying another one of those expensive pieces, I'm actually just going to switch out his weapon entirely. Instead of giving Richter a whip, I figured I could give him one of his crosses to throw. By adding a few translucent clear minifigure accessory holders and then this 4-way lug wrench in flat silver, it looks like he's throwing his cross. I also got this piece in blue just in case because I know the cross actually has blue on it. But either one looks really good. Next we have a very simple upgrade with my Toon Link minifigure. Originally I'd been using the legs from this Young Link minifigure. These legs are printed in multiple colors with brown and then some light nougat in the middle for his legs. But Toon Link's design actually doesn't have the same kind of legs like Young Link does. He actually has some white leggings and then some light nougat boots. So I wanted to swap out these legs for something else. And when doing research, I came across this Speedy Gonzalez minifigure, which has white legs and light nougat feet. Then all I needed to do was use my electric eraser to get rid of the toe printing, and then we had the perfect Toon Link legs. A very simple change that you can only see in certain lighting, but like I said, I'm all about accuracy on this channel. Now we're going to upgrade one of my favorite minifigures I made for my LEGO Super Smash Bros. Series, Samus. And while I already think it is pretty accurate to what Samus looks like, I wanted to make it a little bit better. And to do this, I'm actually using a similar technique to the one that I used with my Dark Samus minifigure, by using a back bracket that has stud connections. The only difference is, of course, using this piece in red instead of black. Then I also added some red studs with bars attached to them, and then some orange clips with bars after that. From there I got 2 orange Technic balls and then connected... Whoops! From there I got 2 orange Technic balls and then attached some 1x1 hollow orange studs. Then I connected the Technic ball pieces onto the bars with clips on Samus's shoulders. And now I think her shoulder armor looks much more accurate to the shoulder armor she has in the games. This red chest armor in the front was missing from my last minifigure too, and that makes it more accurate as well. Now let's upgrade my Mewtwo minifigure. And this is actually the second time I've upgraded this Mewtwo minifigure, the first time being when I upgraded his legs. But on that same video I got a comment from somebody on how I could slim down the minifigure a little bit more. So now it's time to implement that. Just like my original design for Mewtwo, I'm going to utilize this white back bracket to connect the rest of his pieces. From there I'm going to connect a 1x2 plate with a clip on it, then add a white cheese slope piece and a 1x1 white clip, and then the white hot dog piece that I used to represent the cable that connects his head to his back. Then I connected that lavender tail piece, and that makes for a much slimmer Mewtwo than the one that I had previously. So shout out to the original commenter for helping me out with this one. And now it's time to talk about probably my least favorite minifigures I made for my entire Super Smash Bros. Series. That being Pyra and Mythra. Honestly, I don't know much about the Xenoblade games, so luckily I had a fan who emailed me with some ideas on how I could upgrade these minifigures. Special thanks goes out to David who emailed me with these ideas on how to upgrade them. Pyra is going to maintain her legs, waistcloth, head, and hairpiece, but the torso is going to change out. Hey guys, Edit Suit Studs here, doing the post-production, and I'm just now realizing that I said Pyra and when I was supposed to say Mythra. So if you needed any more confirmation that I know nothing about the Xenoblade series, that's it right there. There's your proof. So I'm going to swap the torso with this white one that has gold and green accents and then change the arms out to be white. I'm also going to add on this bright green shoulder armor too. And now Pyra is definitely more detailed and less monochrome than before. For Pyra, we're going to swap out the legs and give her some shoulder armor. I'm going to use these Iron Man legs that have some gold and silver accents on them. Then I added this red spiky shoulder armor and she's definitely more detailed than she was before now. And hopefully when they're together, they're more recognizable than they were before. If you enjoyed me revisiting my LEGO Super Smash Bros. Series, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on my future projects. I honestly didn't think I'd be revisiting LEGO Super Smash Bros. So soon, but improvements needed to be made. Let me know in the comments which upgrade you think is best, and I'll see you guys next time.